he said that, my heart just dropped. I'm like, oh, don't do this. Delivering value, value, value. Let's see how many placements we can do this month. Welcome to another day in the life of what I do as a recruiter at my own agency. Been doing this for almost a decade. Love it every single day and excited to just share you along for the ride. Today is absolutely jam-packed, but just had a great workout. Got my green and white tea combo here in a vase to give me some perfect energy, and just coming back from New Year's. And it was jam-packed holiday season, had a great time with friends and family, and I hope you all did too. But enough of that, past the past. It's a brand new year. It's 2024. Are you ready to get it? Let's get after it, and I'll keep you updated on what's to come. All right, so first thing, as you can see, I am wearing our very own Recruiter merch t-shirt, something that I'm super pumped about. It looks great, it's really, really soft, but most importantly, it's functional. Because if you are a recruiter, or if you're a founder, or you're a hiring manager, you run your own business, or you're in any other line of work, and you recruit for your team or for your company, might as well do something, wear something that will do the heavy lifting for you. Once you're out and about in your life, going out with friends, or doing shopping or traveling, and signaling to the world that you are recruiting, and it's a great way for you to spark conversations, expand your network, develop new relationships with people. I've tested this on and off for the past couple of years, and I'm happy to say that we were able to get some really awesome candidates and really awesome clients just wearing this, whether it's in the airport, on a taxi, in a restaurant. People approach me saying, what are you recruiting for? What kind of recruiter are you? And boom, there's my lead, there's the conversation. So happy to say that we're launching a merch line. It's called Recruiter Merch. We'll be doing sporadic drops throughout the year, but the first drop is our signature collection. We have original font text here with the Recruiter logo printed on the t-shirt. Comes in all sizes and fantastic colors. We also have pretty awesome looking hats as well with our signature Recruiter logo, with our Kickstart logo behind that signals people who take action. And last but not least, we have my favorite signature hoodie. It's small font, trendy, minimalistic, and most importantly, it's not printed, it's embroidered. High quality, super sleek, awesome. I'm not gonna design things that I wouldn't normally wear myself. And this is easy to bestseller. So if you vibe with this, you wanna support us, you wanna support the channel, and you wanna push your business and recruiting career forward, stop by recruitermerch.com, pick up something, tag us on Recruiter Merch on Instagram. We'd love to kind of give you a shout out as well. But I'm all about trying to find ways, fun ways as well, to give back to the community and to help other recruiters out there. Be proud of who they are as a recruiting professional, but most importantly, design and create things that can also help their career and businesses move forward. While supplies last, make sure you jump on it. We ship globally, so if you're in Asia or Europe, we got you as well. We'll deliver it to you straight to your address of choice. I got a team meeting to do soon. I got a bunch of calls, new clients, new candidates, meeting a couple other really great people throughout the day. It's gonna be a back-to-back day. It's about 9:45 in the morning, back-to-back, probably all the way till 6 or 6:30, but I'm ready, I'm feeling good. Let's get started. All right, just had a fantastic team meeting here. We went over some of the main roles, and again, these roles are open to our private community. And if you're hearing about this for the first time, it's a private community where you can work directly with me, my team, and work on our roles and also the roles of the other members of the group. It's completely open for all experience levels, but if you have some experience, that'd probably be better. And if you're also in other countries and you're open and okay and excited to work the US market, which most of the positions will be primarily located, then this is also for you as well. But what also gets me excited on a tangent is while most people are doing it for the splits, it's a fantastic opportunity to stabilize your business, fantastic way for new people who are freelancing or starting their own agencies to plug and play, to have open roles to work on instead of just freaking and stressing out about not having enough clients or getting any clients at all in this really difficult market. And also just making sure that you and the rest of the people in the community are just busy. We can always be consistently busy throughout the year, and me and my team's goal to make sure that we always do whatever we can to bring in a consistent number of great clients with great, fantastic open positions across multiple industries as well. If you aren't niche, if you're a generalist, it doesn't matter because we provide so much copious in-depth notes and the must-haves directly from our conversations with the authority decision makers that based on the notes themselves, you can be able to do really quality, effective searches, being able to outreach, identify, and engage really great talent. So a lot of people in the community haven't done tech or they've done healthcare, but then they're crushing it on our civil engineering position positions or finance positions or software positions, because we're all about being transparent and doing whatever we can to give so much information, more than just the website and the job description, to our groups and our members. But the second thing I'm really excited about is just the community aspect. It's so awesome now to be able to work with other like-minded individuals across the country, around the world, getting to know each other. We had our first monthly call yesterday. Absolutely fantastic. We went over some training, some high-level FAQs, some thoughts of the market and what to expect in 2024. It's a perfect time, whether it's the weekly calls or monthly calls, the perfect time to run any questions by me and I'll get back to you. But also building community based on trust and accessibility. Recruiting is so fragmented, it's so competitive. Everyone doesn't want to help each other out, but I believe the exact opposite. I think if recruiters work with other recruiters, man, we can do so much better, provide so much more value to everyone out there. And it's just awesome to see some of the rock stars that we have in our group right now. As a matter of fact, speaking of rock stars, we had 2 people that joined a couple weeks ago in December, and they already have interviews happening. One actually potentially scheduling a final round already. So the first deals with this group could happen as soon as this month, which is awesome because I genuinely want everyone to succeed. If you're part of the groups, you are part of our team. You can hit me up anytime and I'm hyper responsive. I'll literally get back to you as soon as possible. You can Discord me, you can call me, email, text me, and I'm very hands-on as well, which is what makes our community very different. If you send us a candidate, I will send them to the client immediately. If your candidate starts a process with other clients, I'll be hands-on one-on-one with you, strategizing, doing whatever we can to make sure the candidate has a wonderful experience, professional experience, going all the way throughout the process, hopefully to a final or a negotiating or offer round. If we get any feedback, whether it's from me or from my client, I let you know in real time so you never have to worry. If clients are speeding up, if clients are slowing down, I let all of you guys know. So everything is based around our public and private Discord channels, but within Discord, you have access to the database with all the open roles, access to candidate submission forms. So if you talk to a candidate and you think they're a good fit and fill all that information out, you send them to me. If I think they're a good fit, I'll send it to the clients. And we also do Zoom and Google Hangouts monthly training calls as well. So we had a fantastic monthly call to kick off the brand new year. We're gonna actually do another one, another really kind of ad hoc video with the team, probably about LinkedIn, going deep dive into LinkedIn Lite, LinkedIn Recruiter, LinkedIn Sales Navigator, difference, the pros and cons, only for the private community. So there's a lot of value here other than just the splits. And we're hoping to celebrate placements and meet people in person and just to hang out and vibe and then enjoy each other's company. So speaking of the community, we're happy to just bring in a brand new client. They're looking actually for team lead, project managers, 2 of them. And for one of the positions, we already have 2 candidates, which is fantastic, from people in our elite VIP group. We also have a controller, and I'm trying to lock down 2 to 3 other new clients from last December to kind of re-engage and pick up the roles, in addition to a new lead that I'm trying to chase that's also hiring a bunch of software engineers. So it's really, really busy. We worked as hard as we could all the way up into the New Year's and holidays. And it's right now January 3rd. I had a full day yesterday, not missing any beat. We're trying to hit the ground running and create as much momentum as possible. But yeah, right now we're almost nearing a little over 20, almost about 20 positions for our group. And I'm looking to kind of increase that. I think I would love to have between 20 to 30, 20 to 40 as a sweet spot for our open groups, making sure that there's a variety of roles for anyone to work on. And yeah, just super pumped. And it's been something that literally we rolled out a couple weeks ago, and the spots are limited. We're not really sure if we want to open up more spots. If they get filled, our goal is not to make this community as big as possible. We just want a small, intimate group of rock stars who are going to treat this seriously, where we can do great work together. So if you're interested, make sure you go down to below, patreon.com/recruiterpreston, and check it out. We have 3 different tiers. The most expensive tier is the VIP, where you get first access to open roles. The next one is you'll get access to open roles after a couple weeks. And then the last one is the most affordable one, where you still have access to our open roles, you have access to me, but not like our weekly, monthly calls. So just want to be able to structure it in a way that's affordable for everyone. Again, because I am a professional recruiter and I run my own agency, this is just not a way for us to make extra money. It's just a way for us to make sure that we qualify people and that you're serious and committed, because I don't have that much extra time in my day. Just want to make sure we partner with some rock stars, which we are doing right now, which is awesome. So again, if you're interested, our goal is to, fill this community up with great people, and for us to do consistent placements at scale and sprinkle in some training, some events, some celebrations, some fun, and get-togethers to make it an awesome vibe. So going over our positions with the team, I'm gonna share any real updates right now with the splits here, and we'll continue with our day. See you in a bit. All right. It is about 12:24 p.m. lunchtime, but not gonna eat lunch.
fasting with my tea. Too much to do. But a couple updates. Just off a Zoom call with someone who's joining our private community right now. He's based in, I think, Atlanta or Georgia. Awesome rock star. Has backgrounds in tech, but he's also excited to source and attack roles even beyond tech to kind of stretch his recruiting abilities. Fantastic chat. Excited to lock arms with him. And he's going to be part of our community soon. We also had a fantastic call with a prospective brand new client looking to kind of pick up a business analyst, product management analyst position. I think they're okay with our 20-25% fee there, which is fantastic. It's going to be based, I believe, somewhere in the South, hybrid in the office, but PMs and product is definitely one of our wheelhouse bread and butter positions, and it's totally something that we can do. Looking to maybe, hopefully, schedule a chat with the hiring manager either later this week or next week to kind of really go over the details and job rec, and then I'll share that with my team and then the private member. Was also able to talk to a couple new candidates. I'm spending some time in hitting our controller position. Done a handful of these throughout the years. They're always really fun. Salary is really, really high for one of our manufacturing clients. We actually had one candidate who had a first round call on Tuesday. It went so well. And they're like, you know what? We're based in New Hampshire. You're based in Utah. So for the second and final round, we want to fly you out to meet the office, the plant, and the team. And I thought it was a one-in. I thought it was a one-on-one shoe-in. And then I chatted with my candidate and he's like, you know what? Even though I was super excited with this first interview and the first time I talked to you, he's like, I talked it over with my wife. And even though I might still be open to traveling and reload all the way to New Hampshire, that might be too much big of a move to ask. And when he said that, my heart just dropped. I'm like, oh, don't do this. So it seems like he might not be willing to make the trip to meet them physically, but I was still able to save it and be like, hey, what about a Zoom call where, you know, you're still able to meet other members of the team, get a better feel for their plant and office-based culture, meet other people, get better context and perspectives. And he was okay with that. So when a candidate says no or about to tell you, or you're kind of getting that feeling where you think the candidate's about to tell you no, do whatever you can to keep them engaged, right? He only just did the first round. It's still too early to make any big life decisions. So my MO is like, hey, I just want to know, are you genuinely interested? And he's like, yeah. So I'm like, if that's the case, you should just try to do this other second round to meet the other people, to get more questions answered. And then at that point, you can decide whether or not this is for you, right? It's a great way to keep them engaged, talk to other people. Maybe they can even close them. But I also told them, like, and this is what I tell my candidates, I'm really in no business to push you to make a decision you're not excited about. I only want you to move forward with the job you're genuinely excited about. And if you wake up tomorrow and you're like, you know what, this job's not for me, that's okay. I'll pull the plug and I'll pull you out of the being consideration. But I'm like, despite the big move, despite what your wife said, the candidate still made it clear to me that he's still very excited. And I'm like, if that's the case, just, it doesn't cost you anything, but just a little bit more time to talk to them. And so he's like, you know what, I think that's a good idea. Let's do that. So I went back to my client and let them know that, you know, him going physically there might be a long shot, but he's still open in the time being to do some sort of like, virtual Zoom meeting. That way he's still in, we still have someone in process, but I'm actually putting some time and reaching out to people to find a plan B, plan C, plan D, because you never want to just bank on one candidate for a role. You always want to just play the numbers, right? Up the probability and filling the pipeline with your candidates. So that's kind of my goal. I'm about to hop on another prospective new client call in about half an hour. They're hiring a bunch of engineering roles. Hope to pick that up. This locks in, and if the product management analyst, the business analyst, the client locks in from earlier, we are getting busy in January. And just excited that interviews are happening. We have an interview later today. First interview for a brand new client we picked up in December. And this private group member joined a couple weeks ago. He already has a first round interview today. Hope the candidate absolutely crushes it, moves on to a final, and we can split and close that placement in early January, which will be absolutely fantastic. Aside from that, I'm just gonna be here. I'm actually hopping on a call with a couple more candidates later today. Got another Zoom call with a prospective new group member and community to chat with and to welcome into the community. If you're excited about the community or you're on the fence and you have questions, like, please reach out to me on Discord. Please reach out to me on Instagram. More than happy to set up a chat and kind of share with you my vision and all the great stuff that's happening right now with members who literally just joined. So very, very excited. I think that's the highlight of my day and my week, interacting with the members there. But eyes on the prize, still staying extremely focused. Still got a lot to do today. It's gonna probably be for a couple more hours in between meetings and calls, and we'll just see how the interview a little bit later today plays out. But already considering the first week, we have about 5 interviews set up, hoping to maybe close to double that before the weekend. So we'll see what happens. Fingers crossed. We'll go from there. All right, it's about 1:35. Just finished another client call and they're looking for help for 2, possibly 3 or 4 engineering roles, which would be huge based out of the Midwest. And not as excited as I ideally want to, because they're talking to a couple other recruiting shops and then hoping to kind of get back to us with a decision. So you never know how it's going to blow. But I felt like our pitch, our communicating, our connection with them has been very, very strong. Really be able to convey to them our expertise, our track record, and our confidence and our game plan if we were to engage, and they seem to have liked everything that we said. So really hope to have picked that up probably by end of this week, maybe next week. Fingers crossed, fingers crossed. My wife also literally just came in and gave us some leftovers from last night. We made some beef and rice at home. I thought I wasn't gonna have any lunch, but guess I'm gonna have a late lunch. So very thankful to that. Back to sourcing, accounting, and controlling roles, but want to just share maybe one quick tip here for you if you've been watching so far. So when it comes to recruiting, right? Whether you're working in our groups or on the staffing side, I think what can really help you find success is if you do your best to build a pipeline instead of just shooting one-off bullets or candidates here and there for all the different types of roles that you have. Recruiting is a speed game. It's also a numbers game, right? So clearly that means that the more of your candidates are interviewing, the higher the chance of one of them to get the deal. If all you do is just send one candidate here, one candidate there, one candidate there, you might luck out and you might be able to place all of them. But can you do that consistently?
No.
From my experience, it's great finding one, but it's better if you can send 2 to 4 or 2 to 5, right? So if that first one doesn't work out, you have a plan B, you have a plan C, you have a plan D. You can sleep at night. You don't have to go to bed and wake up and, oh my God, pipeline's at 0. I have to start all over from scratch. And so when I look at all of my roles on my desk and I manage all of them with all of our different clients, I like to internally tell myself, I want to have at least 2 to 4 solid candidates per each role. And I will do whatever I can every single week to make sure every single open role has at least 2 to 4 solid candidates. Then I know that if the interviews are happening, candidates are moving forward, I have a pretty strong chance of getting that deal and getting paid. That's why, if you are looking to make money in recruiting, it's possible, but it's not going to be easy if all you do is pick up a role, send one candidate, pick up a role, send one candidate, sit back, dust off your hands and think all the hard work is done. That's not how it is. You have to constantly watch pipelines. You have to constantly adapt every single day and every single week. Like, oh, this pipeline is slowing down. Maybe I can focus here. They're going through so many more people here. I need to maybe find, 3 to 5 more people just to make sure that pipeline is solid conceptually in my mind. And this is what I'm constantly keeping track of every single day and every single week. I hope that helps. Oh, it's almost 2 p.m. Had 2 great client calls today. Would be happy if one of them pans out. Would be ecstatic if both of them pans out. Have a couple candidate calls, hopping with another recruiting member. Gonna also just be sitting here in between sourcing and outreach as much as I can. So a typical day where my days are back to back, I like to be hyper efficient and try to source outreach in between my calls. I think that's definitely something that you can learn how to do better once you do this more often. But I think in the beginning, start out maybe time blocking your calendar with candidate calls, maybe 30 minutes, 45 minutes each. As you become better and faster, you can then shorten the calls because you know exactly what questions to ask, maybe 30 minutes, 20 minutes each. And then you're gonna slowly have a lot more time in between each call. And when that happens, you can just make the most of it. Don't just sit and play video games, watch YouTube. You can still be hyper efficient. You can still be very, very productive in between at 10, 15, 20 minutes at a time in between the calls and still get a lot of work done by the time you get towards end of day. So this is how I'm able to still produce, maximize my output so much more than the average person who doesn't do anything in between calls. I'm constantly working, even though I don't have a meeting or I don't have a call, right? So it's always back to back, regardless of whether or not what's happening on my own calendar. And so that's kind of how I like to structure it. That's how my brain works the best. And if you do the same thing, let me know. We'd love to kind of hear from you as well. But enough talking, back to work. I'm gonna finish up this food here, finish up my tea, and find some good people. We had a really interesting situation here with one of our clients. So they're a massive global, kind of national here in the US company with both a global and national presence. And we're working with a recruiter who is in charge of the southeast quadrant of the USA, but they're hiring the roles that we're actually recruiting for him. They're also hiring for those same roles with the same criteria in the rest of the country. And so we're basically working hard, trying to find roles for him, but also clearing our cans for other reload locations. And if they're open to it and our recruiter thinks that they could be a good fit for his colleagues, then he'll also send our cans over to them, which is awesome because it's like doing the same amount of work and then increasing the chances of a placement, which we love. Unfortunately, we had a situation where that happened and we just heard back from the other recruiter saying that they have someone late in stages, so they're not going to move forward with our candidate, even though they initially expressed interest to do a first round interview, which is tough, but hey, you keep it going. And this is why I tell you never bank on just one candidate, and always never bank on one client. Never bank on just one anything in your life. Always have options. At least that would have been more of like a secondary extra deal if that went through, which I would not have complained about. But now with that out of the picture, we're a lot more focused and making sure we're building our civil structural engineers for this one. We still have like 4 to 5 open positions here. We had one mechanical role that we have a final round on Friday. Fingers crossed there. Let's see how these guys do well. Again, fantastic day today. Candidates, 2 clients. Actually now 2 more interviews happening a little bit later today. So it's almost about 4:35. I'm actually gonna step out, do a quick walk, stretch my legs a little bit, maybe go in the sauna, wash it up, come back to end the day here. But it's been all around a really good Wednesday so far. Talk to candidates, talk to clients, talk to recruit members. Things are cranking, interviews are being set up. And it's only the 3rd of January. So if we can keep this momentum going, let's see how many placements we can do this month. We're just well equipped in terms of fulfillment with new clients coming on board, thanks to our team, thanks to our private community, which I'm really pumped about. So also forgot to mention that one of our interviews with a tech lead just happened right now. The candidate said fantastic, but the client told the candidate that they're waiting until Friday, which we have our second candidate for that same position interviewing. And it seems like even though the client might like the candidate today, they're kind of waiting for the interview on Friday just to see how everything is going. But I hope that the client feels the same way. Wasn't able to get a debrief from them, hoping to get a debrief from them soon about this candidate today, but also really hoping that our interview on Friday goes well and at least one of these 2 can get the job done. We just picked up this client literally 2 weeks ago, already have 2 interviews for one of the positions, and it'd be amazing if we can shut it down within 2 weeks. That's what we're all about, delivering value. Gonna watch it real quick, and I guess I'll see you in a bit. Just as I was about to leave, I got a text from the client saying it went well. I'm sending this information and my notes to some folks to review, and then we'll see what we want to do for next steps. Let's go. Good news, 1 for 1. Can we be 2 for 2 and get this job done? All right, now, truly, I'll see you in a bit. All right, I am back, washed up a little bit, feels really good. Happy to say that 2 of the interviews that took place just now happened really well. Positive news across the board. For one of those roles, we sent 2 more candidates, and we just got feedback that they're moving forward to a initial recruiter screening on their end. So things are moving. It's like really great to be able to kind of finish off the day strong. I'm actually just probably gonna be here for like another hour or 2 before dinner here, just to do more sourcing, follow up on clients, follow up on candidates, follow up with my team and also the community. All in all, it's a really good day. Hoping to show you accurately like what we go through every single day as recruited. And just like any job in business, a lot of it's not too exciting. We're just basically sitting here for many hours, just doing the best that we can. And that's exactly what I try to show you here. But all in all, talked to 2 fantastic new clients. Interviews are really happening. We're able to close December really well. And our goal is to start 2024 off on a really high note as much as possible. So probably gonna be spending time here sourcing probably engineers, controllers, different types of engineers, all the way into the evening before we take a break here. And then the rest of the week is looking pretty good with more and more interviews. Got a client call tomorrow and a bunch more interviews on Friday as well. So excited to be back here. Excited to start 2024 off on a bang and just here, and excited to kind of take you along for the journey. If you want to get some recruiter merch, don't forget to snatch some for yourself before supplies run out. And if you have any questions or you're excited to join our private community where you can work literally with me and we can just daily work together in the trenches, make placements together and have fun along the way, then feel free to reach out to me, ping me as well. I'm more than happy to answer any questions or to work alongside with you doing the best that we can. So thank you so much again for your time and attention, and see you on the next one.